Good morning and welcome to A Closer Look. I'm your host, Linda Fontaine. Today, my guests are Carolyn Kessner, who's a volunteer and, well, you're actually a paid employee there now. They love you so much at Petworks. So you're the fundraising and event manager at Petworks.
Yes.
And John White, who's associated. Do you own Zombie Cat Apparel? Yes. Is that you? He's the owner. You're the big cheese of Zombie Cat Apparel. And your son. And you are a big-time volunteer at Petworks. So welcome to the show. I appreciate you guys being here.
Thanks for having us.
So talk to us about Petworks. What, for people that don't even know what Petworks is, it's the animal shelter.
It is. It's the Kingsport City Animal Shelter. They used to be under an umbrella with Sullivan County. So for years we were known as SBK. In the January of 2018, we split from the county and took over the name Petworks. So it's a little bit of new, it's a new word for people. People still think, you know, we're Sullivan County, but we are Petworks now. And we've been that way for a year. And yeah, we're up there on Idle Hour Road.
Okay, so it's the same thing as Animal Shelter, but it's called Petworks
Just got a new
now.
name, that's it.
Do people get that confused with PetSmart? I wonder, because Petworks, PetSmart, I used to kind of get confused. No, wait, Petworks. So
yeah, when I say Petworks, people are like, huh? And I go, it's the City of Kingsport Animal Shelter. So.
We got to keep that going so people can make sure that they distinguish the difference between all that.
Yes.
So Petworks, very good. Well, so what's going on with Petworks these days?
Well, a lot of stuff, you know, where we've got plans. We're actively fundraising to build a new facility.
We've
got, the city had a lot up on Stone Drive. So, and you know, we got an additional lot. So we are working actively on raising money to build a new shelter. It's going to give us more dog kennels. It's better exposure because it is right on Stone Drive. A lot of people now don't know where we are. So this will be a more visible location and a new building with upgraded facilities and more space so we can house more animals.
And I think that's going to be huge because I used to go when they were down on Industry Drive a lot with the boys and take food and stuff. It was just convenient for me where I lived. Now Idle Hour, it's really kind of out of sight, out of mind. It is kind of out of the way, and it's harder to get there. I think being on Stone Drive is going to be huge.
It is going to be huge. That's good.
When's the goal to be there, you think?
We're looking at 2 years.
2 years from now?
Yeah, $2 million in 2 years. So the magic number there is 2.
So we got a lot of fundraising to do.
We do have a lot of fundraising to do. Yes, we do.
Okay, well, tell me, don't you have a fundraiser coming up?
Yeah, we've got a couple things coming
Probably
up.
several.
Pretty much, I think I've got a few things booked here. I'm trying to book 3 months in advance. We have one, we just wrapped up Dine to Donate. So in October, we did a citywide restaurant fundraiser where we got as many restaurants as we could to give us a percentage. And that was our first annual. They have a black tie fur ball on the books for this year in May that will be at the Marriott.
A black tie fur ball.
Yeah, they're calling it the fur ball.
Love it.
It will be at the Marriott. That's May the 18th.
Okay.
But in the interim, you know, we've got a lot of little things coming up. We'll have a puppy bowl at Gypsy Cider on Super Bowl Sunday. We have, we're going to have Marty Paws. We'll be back at Gypsy Cider
I'm having a hard time
for
just
Marty
keeping
Paws.
a straight face for this.
Yes.
Marty Paws.
Marty Paws. We'll be back there, and the fried alligator will be the food truck, so it's going to be all Cajun. It's going to be all that Mardi Gras stuff. Purple is my favorite color. So
Good.
Lots of beads.
Perfect.
February the 15th, we have a spaghetti dinner at the Ruritan in Bloomingdale. So, you know, they have the big black tie thing in May, but you know, not everybody can. That's not their path. Not everybody can afford that sort of thing. So we have a lot of little things. So because we want to include the entire community and city.
Okay, so the next one you have coming up is in February. That's the next
February.
one.
Yeah, we have something every month.
So for around Valentine's Day.
Yes, the day after Valentine's Day, we have the spaghetti.
The spaghetti fundraiser. And does that have a cute name?
No, not really.
Okay, we're gonna have to think of something like
I think
Noodles
it's
for Poodles or
Hamilton
something.
Taylor Insurance. Mary Hamilton. That's something that she does annually. So this year they involved me, and I'm kind of trying to help make it bigger. In April again, we have last year April we did the Pitties promotion, and with the t-shirts that said "Show me your pitties with the pit bulls," and that was a fundraising campaign with those t-shirts. And we had that launch party at Sleepy Owl. We'll be back there again this year with another pitties promotion. This year it's going to be give pits a chance. Instead of give peace a chance, give pits a chance, and we'll have the little peace symbol. So we'll be doing that again this year because that's an ongoing thing, because a lot of the dogs that are in the shelters are pits or pit mixes.
Yes.
Yes.
When did that become such a big thing? I remember when I got my shelter dog, well, okay, he died at 17. He just died this last year. But when I got Bosco, it was all kinds of different dogs. It was hard to choose, you know, because there were so many different breeds. Now it seems like there's mostly pit mixes.
Yeah, there are. We've got a couple retrievers up there. We've got some lab mixes. You know, we've got an Akita mix up there that's just beautiful. I don't remember what her name is, but we've got a lot of different dogs, but predominantly when you walk the kennels with the larger dogs, they are, you know, at least 50% of them, probably more, are pit or pit mixes.
Why do you think that is?
Logistically, where we live, you know, pit bulls, you know, a lot of people like pit bulls out in their yard to protect their house. Or
so there's a lot of strays that just get...
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So tell me a little bit, John, about how people can help out.
There's always a need for volunteers at the animal shelters. There's a need for volunteers to come in and help the shelter staff clean. There's needs for off-site adoption events. And when I was a volunteer coordinator, I always encouraged people, if they wanted to volunteer, that was a good place to start. Some people have a difficult time when they go into shelter. It's emotional for them. They see the animals in the kennels and they don't do well with that. So there's a need for hands-on at off-site adoption events. There's always a need for fundraising, and a volunteer can offer to do a fundraiser under the auspices of Carolyn, of course, because she's the director of that. But that's another need. There's always just needs. I go over and I walk the dogs. I
nice.
have a little tag they gave me, dog walker. That's what I like to do, is get the animals out of the kennels, get them in the exercise yard, help with their socialization skills. If you're good with video, you can take and make movies of them and place them on social media.
No, that's a great idea.
I attempt to do that. A lot of time it's comic relief more than anything else, but
Tank's last one, you got to sign in. I saw that.
Yeah, I had the south end of a north-facing dog, and you know, animals and children are hard to film, so you just do the best you can with them. But you can expose the animals to the community via social media, and that's important. I do that at both shelters that I volunteer
spreading the word.
So
Well,
there's
I think
always
something that
need.
people could do too, like you were saying, that people that might have a hard time emotionally being there, seeing that situation, what they could do is donate items. Don't you guys always need things like just paper towels, dog food, cat food, blankets?
They do.
We go through an estimated 1,200 pounds of dog food a month.
Wow.
So that is an ongoing thing. You know, we always need dog food. Other things that we're always in need of are Fabuloso. You know, we do a lot of, that's like floor cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
And bleach,
Bleach.
yeah.
Dawn dish soap. We go through a lot of that. Laundry detergent. I mean, there's so much. You know, you walk in there and we have this big laundry room with, I don't know, 2 washers and 2 dryers. But I mean, the laundry is I hate that. I hate laundry. That's my pet peeve. I look in that room and I'm like, But you know, it's inconceivable the amount of things, you know, all the blankets and the towels and the stuff out of the cat cages. And it's really important, you know, the sanitation is very important up there. But what John was saying with the volunteering, a lot of people do struggle with that. So yeah, we have things you can volunteer that you don't even have to come to the shelter. You know, I mean, we have these adoption events on Saturdays. We try to have one every Saturday. And you literally don't even have to step foot in the shelter. You can just meet us at the adoption event. They're typically at businesses. During the winter right now, we do a lot of them up by Panera Bread. The gentleman that owns that plaza up there, there's an empty storefront that he graciously lets us use. It's indoor. So we're up there a lot during the winter, right next to Panera, and a storefront there on Saturdays. They're typically from 11 to 2.
Okay.
But that's an opportunity for people that love animals that struggle with seeing them confined in the shelter. You know, and I tell people it's the easiest thing ever. You show up where we are, we bring you a dog, we give you a little card to educate you about the dog, you know, so if anybody asks, you know what you're saying. And then at the end of the day, either, you know, the dog's been adopted or the dog gets back on the van and goes back to the shelter. So for people that struggle with that, there's opportunity there. Or like what John said, literally, just come up and take the dogs out. We've got 2 big chain linked runs, and just getting the dogs out and getting them out there and throwing the ball with them. You know, that's all it takes, because a lot of them, you know, they're in those kennels a lot. I think our longest resident, Stormy's been there 2 years.
Yes.
Really?
We've got Stormy's been there for 2 years.
Why?
Tank,
Is Stormy sweet?
Stormy is very sweet.
It's a beagle mix or something.
Yeah,
I put her on
Stormy hasn't been adopted.
I put
2
her on the
years, yeah.
video on Facebook. And look at Zombie Cat, and you'll see the Facebook page, and you'll see a roster of the videos. But
Oh
she's
my
been there so
gosh.
long.
Yeah.
And wear old clothes.
We need
if
to
you
get
come to
Stormy
volunteer.
adopted.
Stormy and
do.
Tank. Tank will
Stormy
be
and
a year
Tank,
February
yes.
Send
the
me their
2nd.
stuff. I'll put it on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
So let's get, that's going to be my mission now, is get Stormy and Tank adopted. So if you want more information, Petworks Kingsport Animal Services is at 2141 Idle Hour Road, Kingsport. Phone number 247-1671, area code 423. Or just look at petworkstn.com for more information. And we'll be back in just a minute with more talk with Carolyn and John about Petworks right after these messages.